Hey everyone, it's Sam Smith, realtor with JP and Associates Realtors, coming at you on Wednesday. It's the day after Cinco de Mayo, which means it's the 6th of May, 2020. And this is my Wednesday series, which I always focus on sort of the helpers. Obviously, as you can see up here, I have not come up with a good title for it, but one of these days I will, maybe with the help of my guest today. This is Lyria Charles. She is owner and founder of Peak Performers Business Owners. That is the name of her business. And welcome, Lyria.
Thank you, Sam. And just as peak performance business owners.
Performance. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
See, you wrote it right there, and I still messed it up.
no
Well,
worries.
I asked Lyria to come on here because she constantly helps business owners. And right now, she is also navigating sort of the small business quagmires that are, that have popped up in the past couple of months. And so she has a lot of experience herself, and she wanted to talk
Mhm.
about that experience, but also what she does on a normal basis with her business. So, Lyria, tell us about Peak Performance. Um, what
Yeah.
do you do?
Well, thank you, Sam. Thank you for inviting me to share this space with you today.
Yeah.
Peak Performance Business Owners has been around for about 6 years now.
Okay.
And I help small business owners who have enjoyed some level of business success already. They have a viable product or service,
Mhm.
and they want to take it to the next level. They want to really grow, expand their business, maybe enter into new markets and new products,
Mhm.
but they're just kind of stuck because they're so ingrained in the day to day activities of their business
Mm. Yeah.
that they don't have the time or the energy or the mindset of how do I even start to grow?
Yeah, I can identify with that. I tell you what, it's hard to, sometimes it's hard enough just to keep up with the day to day without trying to actually be creative or put new things into motion. But
Yeah,
that's something that you can help with. Is that right?
absolutely. That's where I get my energy from, is seeing
Yeah.
that breakthrough happen.
All right. Very good. So how did you decide to do this? I mean, what's your background and how did
Yeah.
you get into helping others?
Yes, like I said, I've been running my business for about 6 years now. Prior to that, I have a 20-year executive leadership experience in corporate America,
Mhm.
working for companies like America Online, Unical, and the last company I worked at as VP was Chubb Insurance in New Jersey. So I bring a lot of that higher level perspective, if you will, how to run a business, how corporations are really run.
Mhm.
So I bring that leadership component. I've led large teams, large initiatives,
Okay.
as well as running basically every aspect of a company. So I'm really enjoying bringing my background
Mhm.
and my wisdom to small business owners to help them, like I say, take that next step in their journey.
Wow, you have a real, like a wide variety of businesses or corporations that you've worked with already, like in your previous career.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, can you, I know we didn't discuss this, but is there any way you could give an example of a type of business that you're working with right now or that you have recently worked with?
Sure. So one business in New Jersey, they are a technology services company.
Hmm.
And the owner needed to pivot, not because of Corona. This was last year. So we were already working together. In fact, I've been working with her for several years.
Hmm.
But she needed to change her business model because what she used to be offering as a service was no longer needed by
Okay.
by her target
Clients.
audience.
Hmm.
Target audience, yeah.
Hmm.
And so I came in and helped her rethink her business model, come up with new products and strategies. We worked with her on really being clear about who her target audience is. We put
Hmm.
together and implemented her marketing strategies. And then on because of my technical background, I actually implemented her customer relationship CRM systems for
Okay.
her
Hmm.
social media strategy,
Hmm.
reinvented her business.
Wow. So that's really A to Z. I mean,
Yes.
you just can really help with just about anything.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have a lot of creative input also. You get to brainstorm with
Mhm.
people and really
Mhm.
come up with different solutions.
Yeah, and I think that's the value add that I bring personally is because of my corporate background, but also I am a certified coach. So
Okay.
it's a lot
Wow.
of this is about, and maybe we'll talk about that a little later in our session today.
Mhm.
It's about mindset
Mhm.
and solopreneurs. If you're familiar with that term, basically a person who's a one-person shop.
Yeah.
When I love working with them because it really is a mindset shift that they
Mhm.
have to make.
Mhm. Yes, and I hosted a life coach last week, and that's one of the things that I think is invaluable right now. I mean, that word pivot is one that I'm actually probably never will use again and once we get out, out of this because everybody is saying pivot and
Yeah.
but it's just absolutely true. I mean, we're having to change our minds about so many things on so many different levels, not even, you know, personally, also business, but, having someone to kind of hold your hand or, just be there as a mentor, as a sounding board, as a, and every once in a while, all of us want to be told what to do. So it sounds like you can take care of that
Yeah.
sometimes.
The interesting thing about especially entrepreneurs and solopreneurs, or even if the solopreneur has a few people on their team already, it may be their virtual assistant or people that they're contracting with for particular things, to get to that next level of profitability and growing their business, they need to think about now I need to build a team.
Mhm.
And while they know everything about their product or service and they're passionate about it, there's
Mhm.
areas where they're not comfortable,
Mhm.
typically, and where
Yeah.
they need a person like me to work with them and say, this is how you hire, this is how you develop people, this is how you deal with performance issues, this is how you fire someone.
Oh,
And that's just one aspect
mhm.
of growing your business.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Well, so I was going to say what drew you to this career because and you've kind of covered that a little bit, but you have this great resume background. But was there anything that just sort of like clicked in you, and you were like, "This is
Hmm.
what I'm going to do"?
Well, I'll tell you, Sam, I entered the IT field when I was going to college. I really gotten it to pay the bills to go to USC. So it wasn't like I chose the field basically chose me.
Mhm.
And because I seemed to be good at it, and like I say, worked myself up into executive leadership, I just came to the realization that um, as a woman and as a woman of color, I had achieved early in my career what now is so much easier for women and women of color to achieve, especially in the IT field. So
Yeah.
I was a trendsetter. I don't know if that's the right word, but I was doing it the hard way, if you will.
Okay.
It's
Mhm.
much easier now. So I felt like I had been there, done that. I've accomplished everything that I wanted to in corporate America.
Mhm.
And I said, where can I take my talents and my passion to help other women and people of color, but small business owners in particular, to achieve their dreams. And so this is where I'm at. This is what I chose.
All right. Well, very good. I like that. So, like I was telling you, I have a lot of contacts, a lot of friends and clients who do
Mm-hmm.
own their own business, or maybe they operate a small business. They might, there a lot of people in leadership who might just be floundering right now. And that's why I wanted one of the reasons why I wanted you to come on here because I wanted to talk to you about what can people do right now? I mean, is there
Mm.
something that you can like quickly, some wisdom that you could easily offer to somebody who is kind of trying to find their way? I know you
Yeah,
mentioned that you had been putting together some resources.
yeah. So one of this has been close to my heart, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Since I would say mid-March, I have really been focused on helping small business owners navigate this strange time that we're in. And even now, as the economy is starting to open back up, things will never go back to what they were before. So I think some business owners are taking this wait and see, or things are going to go back to like they used to. It ain't going to happen, folks. And we really need to be thinking differently about how we engage with our customers and prospects and what we can be doing now. So, for example, there's some wonderful stories out there on the internet. All you have to really do is search about how small business owners are adapting and changing their business models. Easy examples like if you have a restaurant and that's not doing so well. Some restaurants are now taking their raw goods, packaging them up as ready to go meals to cook, right? Um, the I don't know what you call them, I guess distilleries, instead of making vodka or other alcoholic products,
Yeah.
they're making hand sanitizer right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as you and I were talking earlier, even my hair colorist, or they're packaging up kits to sell to people.
Mhm.
Especially retail, we know has been hit especially hard. And those business owners might be saying, well, I can't open my store. I guess I'm just kind of stuck. No, you're not stuck. It's time now to embrace the online world. And yeah, it takes a little bit of effort to get your online store up and running. But until you do that, you can do some Facebook Live sessions. You can pick one of your products of the day. Look, I got my lipstick right here in front of me. Get
Yeah.
your latest lipstick out and
Mhm.
demo that on your Facebook Live. If you can't take an order because you don't have all the back end stuff set up, you can still do PayPal. And people
Mhm.
are forgiving right now. They understand that times are different. They'll be much more gracious to your workaround right now than they've ever been before. Let me get off my soapbox,
No,
but
just keep going. That's okay because those are great examples, and that actually these kind of things have brought smiles to my face because I remember when I first heard, several weeks back on NPR that some distillery was making hand sanitizer. I was like, that's brilliant. And I
yeah,
thought, well, I know alcohol business is like kind of skyrocketed right now, so I
yeah.
hope they're still making the real stuff,
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
But
uh-huh.
it's inspiring, I think, to hear that.
Yeah, and also when we think about social media, if you haven't had a presence before in social media, but if you've been collecting email addresses or phone numbers as part of your normal doing business, that's a gold mine right now.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to get that stuff out and start contacting people, letting them know I'm still open. My store is physically closed, but we can do this online.
hmm Yeah, that is very important. And people are, I know everyone's tired of getting the email that says, here's how we're responding to COVID-19, but at the same time, if, some promotion is definitely important because you do have to make sure that people know you're still viable. That's we have a newsletter that goes around Georgetown that has a list of the restaurants that have been doing takeout, and
Mm-hmm.
I was- I would go there every few days, not because I need to eat out all the time, but I want to support my local
You're
businesses.
doing your
Yeah,
share.
yeah, I'm trying, but if they're not on the list, I'm not immediately going to think about it. Or if they're not sending me
Yeah.
emails all the time, I'm not always going to think about it
And
too much.
even Google Neighborhood,
hmm
and I'll talk about that in a few minutes when I talk about my workshop. But even doing something like the Google Neighborhood app, where if you go and register your brick and mortar location and put some interesting pictures in there or stories about your business, something that engages people. When people go doing a search in Google for nearby restaurants,
hmm
you're going to pop up higher in the list than those who don't.
Really? Okay.
Or
Wow.
if you're a national business, let's say if you sell insurance, life insurance, for example, and someone goes on Google and looking for an insurance broker, they're going to show the local businesses first.
hmm Okay. Interesting. That's good to know. Well, so I love the soapbox. I love it when people get passionate about stuff. That was great. Um, and you told me that you started putting together a guide, but then you realized that you could just kind of sum it up in a checklist. What is that checklist all
Yeah,
about?
yeah. So it's the checklist that I curated
Mhm.
to help. It really is. It's focused on a specific thing, and that's how small businesses can get cash quickly into
Mhm.
their business right now.
Okay.
So they're all, I'm sure, doing the right thing by applying for the federal government program, the CARES Act. Yeah,
Mhm.
you got to do that. But
Mhm.
I think in talking with other business owners, a lot of them are not aware that there's other avenues. So I created this checklist. Again, it's called the COVID-19 Cash Infusion Checklist. You
Okay,
can
good.
get it by going directly to my website. You'll see a red banner at the top. You click here to download. at peakperformancebusinessowners.com. And we'll make sure that we'll repeat that again because it's a long name, but
Right.
peakperformancebusinessowners.com. So what this checklist contains are a list of resources that small business owners can go to. For example, there's corporations, large corporations, medium-sized corporations that want to help small business owners. So they're giving cash grants and other forms of help, but you have to apply, right? They need to know who you are. So companies like, and I had a list of them here in front of me of a few of them. Um, Facebook, for example, everybody's hitting up Facebook right now, but Sam's Club is another. It's not
Oh,
obvious,
wow.
right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I didn't
the
know that.
Sam's Club, Salesforce.com, which is a CRM tool, and there's others listed in my checklist as well. Also, there's a focus on some of these grants for women-owned and minority-owned small businesses.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
again, the word is not getting out there, and I just wanted to take the initiative and get the word out there. There's other resources available.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, sometimes there is so much information that we don't even know where to look to get the right information. And so
Right.
having a checklist like that you've put together, I think is going to be hugely valuable to many, many people. Whenever we're done here, I'll go ahead and post the link to your
Okay.
website in
Okay.
the comments or like the description. I'll update everything so that people can know exactly where to go.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, and to find that help. And then let's say you know someone downloads gets on your mailing list, downloads your checklist. Um, you're also working on something else that can help people.
Yeah,
Is that
that I'm
right?
really excited about. Yes, Sam, thank you for asking. I'm really excited about this. So I'm doing a workshop, and
Hmm.
it's called Big Money Strategy for Small Business. Big
Okay.
money strategy for small business. And it's focused on the now. How do I, as a small business owner, continue to stay profitable even during this crisis that we're in?
Mhm.
The workshop will be 2 hours, just 2 hours. Everybody
Okay.
can carve
Yeah.
out
Right.
2 hours. And when you attend that workshop, you're going to leave with some very practical things. And I've already mentioned a few of them, even during this conversation. Some very practical things that you can do right now, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, to bring in revenue, to reach out to your past and current customers, to reduce your overhead. I mean,
Mhm.
that's a big one. If we can figure out how do I lower
Yeah.
my expenses right now so I have more cash in my hand to pay my employees or to continue investing in the special projects that I wanted to do. So again, it's a 2 hour workshop. I'm offering it in 3 different sessions. So you can come Wednesday or you can come Thursday or you can come Friday of next week. So
Okay.
once you
All
go
right.
to the website and you get the checklist, it'll be right in that checklist, and it'll also show up on the thank you page after you download the checklist.
Okay. All right. Very good. Yeah, that's just a great opportunity to just, have again, just all the information in one place and really
And
some
I'm
some
only going to tell you this for your audience, although they'll see it when if they register for the workshop. But I'm offering a bonus. So
Mhm.
whoever
Okay.
registers for the workshop will get a one-on-one session with me,
Oh, wow.
where we
Okay.
will strategize about where you're at right now with your business, how you've been impacted by the pandemic, how we can get you back into profitability.
Mhm. Very good. Wow. All right. Well, I can't wait to hear whether, someone watching this actually does take the workshop because I don't need the details, but, and who knows, maybe I'll be there one of those days next week
Yeah.
because, it's ideas, we need ideas, and we need guidance. And I know I was, with real estate, we get a lot of education kind of
Uh-huh.
coming at us. And one thing that I was watching yesterday was about streamlining your finances and
Mhm.
the way you're operating your business. Streamline your
Mhm.
business expenses, and there
Mhm.
are a lot of possibilities and potential ways to free up cash
Yeah.
and I can't wait to hear what you have to say about that, next week in the workshop, because I'm sure you've got some great ideas that no one ever thought of, because my mouth was open really when I was watching this thing yesterday, because I was like,
Uh-huh.
why didn't I never thought of that before. So,
Yeah,
um,
we get so mired in our own stuff
mhm,
that
yeah,
hearing something from somebody else is, oh, why didn't I think of that? So that's what I try to do is like there's other things that you can be doing, not just depending on the government
mhm,
CARES Act program. There
yeah,
are other places you can go to pursue getting funding, and there's things that you can be doing right now to reduce your overhead.
mhm. Now, here's one thing. This is a little off topic, but we were talking about it. And
Uh-huh.
this is one way I think would be good to reduce some cost, and that's that app. What was it? Apps?
Oh yeah, AppSumo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm probably their biggest customer, Sam.
Really? Oh
So
gosh.
many apps. Okay, so me being a geek, I told you earlier, I came out of the IT
Yeah.
field, and I really still have geek in my DNA. So there's this website called AppSumo, AppSumo, AppSumo.com. And what they do is feature every month a set of products. Some of the products are very mature in their life cycle, so they've got all the bells and whistles. Other products may be kind of in their early stages, so but they'll keep adding features and functions to them as they mature. The thing about AppSumo is that when you buy something there, you're buying it at a discounted rate and you're getting a lifetime license for it. So you never have to re-up every year for a new license.
Mhm.
And you can get some really good deals there. So for example, I use B.live to do my Facebook live sessions, but I've gotten other things from there, like doing my calendar management, online calendars, or to graphics. They even have like deposit photos and other stock photo providers that normally you'd have to pay $1 per photo to download. You can get like a lifetime license of maybe 10,000 photos for $50. So we're talking ginormous kinds of benefits for a little
Yeah.
bit of money.
Mhm. Yeah, actually can't wait to get on that. Because, the more, I try these new things, like we're using StreamYard right now, but,
Uh-huh.
like you said, you use BeLive, and I'm just thinking, oh, if I didn't have to pay $20 a month or
Yeah.
$100 a year or whatever like that, and just one and done, that would be fantastic. So I'm
Yeah, and they've
excited to.
got a good community there on that platform of people who um, have tried the products before and give their endorsements or say no, it wasn't for me, whatever. But it's kind of like an Amazon where you get a lot of feedback before you buy. And the nice thing about it too is that they give you a 30-day refund. So if it didn't work out for you, you can get a
Wow,
refund on it.
that's great.
Yeah, isn't that good?
So disappointed I didn't know about this before. I'm kind of I'm not a tech geek, but I've always been an early adopter when it came to like computers and technology, and I've
Hmm.
always tried to taught myself a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
this kind of thing is like the exact type of thing that I would have always been looking for and didn't even know it existed.
So now you
So,
know.
yeah,
So check
thank you
it
very
out.
much. I appreciate that. So is there we're, coming up to 2:30 pretty soon, and, I know
Okay.
we have a couple of people watching, but, if anyone has any questions, as always, just feel free to post in the comments, and we'll be happy to answer it. You can always also afterwards, post questions or comments, and, either Lyria or I will, work on getting you an answer and giving you some feedback. But is there anything else that you wanted to leave with us or tell us about today, Lyria?
You know what's been on my mind a lot, Sam, and I don't know why, but I just feel like when I run into small business owners, I just want to say the two things to them. There is hope. Number one, don't give up. That if it may be harder right now, you may have to change the way you're doing things for a while, or maybe forever. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
But stay in the game. That's the most important thing, is stay in the game. And the second thing that's been on my heart a lot for small business owners is taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, the stress of what we're all going through globally and how it's impacting small businesses especially
Mhm.
is really on my heart. So I just want to say to you, if you're a small business owner, um, God bless you for what you do, number one. And secondly, take care of yourself. Don't sit and watch the news all day because it's depressing. And I've been telling people turn it on for a few minutes to find out what you need to be doing specifically, if you need to be making any changes, and then turn it off
Mhm. Yeah, I
and
think
take care of yourself.
I think that's 100% accurate. I think that's the truth because it really is. It's easy to get distracted right now,
Mm.
and to you've already got that feeling of overwhelm, and once you add
Right.
distractions in, like with the news or just you know if you don't have a lot to do right now, then I think we have a tendency to fill our minds and our eyes and with
But
things that
hey, if
are
you
not
don't
helpful.
think you have enough to do right now, then you want to join my workshop
Yeah,
because what
right.
I'm going to be talking about now is how you can be preparing for our economy to reopen so that you just jump out of the gate ready to go. Okay,
Okay.
I'm back on the soapbox.
Yeah, no, but that's great. That's good to know because yeah, I really don't know how anyone can not be busy right now. Even if your store is closed or your restaurant, it just seems like there's so many opportunities, and it sounds like you can really help people to kind of hone in and focus on how to prepare because it does. I mean, I don't know if you have the same sense that I do, but I'm have this feeling that it's going to come back like a water hose, like like
Mm,
a fire hose. Just
yeah,
all of us are just going to be, from being very stagnant or feeling
yeah,
stagnant to just
yeah.
all of a sudden very busy. So,
And you know what? It's the ones who are busy now, is my feeling as well. I buy into what you say, Sam, and I'm going to add to that. It's the ones who are busy now that are planning for the future. They're
mhm.
going to be taking the lead.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Well, thank you so, so much.
Well, thank you.
It's
This has
a
been
pleasure.
delightful.
Yeah. I I can't wait to get this posted and put your website in there and get that information out for people, whoever wants to download the checklist and look into the workshop because I'm sure that there'll be a lot more detail once people sign up for the checklist and,
Oh, yes.
it'll get people thinking. Um, and I know that there are people who are going to benefit from what you're doing. I appreciate your support of small businesses, of solopreneurs, of you know businesses that are growing from small to medium to large. I think
Yeah.
it's a great thing that you're doing and
Thank
sharing your
you.
gift.
I enjoy every day of it.
Very good. Well, thank you, and we will talk to you again. I'll be back next Wednesday with. I think I know who I've been talking to. This is going to be, hopefully, I will have this guest. He's a great communicator. He
Mm,
is a relationship person. Um, he's really good. So I'm going to just be sure to keep
okay.
posted on, yeah, keep your eye on my Facebook. And as soon as I get him confirmed, then I will let everyone know. But
Who the mystery man is,
a
huh?
mystery man. I hope he's watching right now because I want him to say yes, yes. So, anyhow, you have a good week, and it was a pleasure talking to you, Lyria.
Thank you, Sam. Be well.